matchups, massive upsets, even a fight or two. It's a rivalry game that has defined both of these programs for generations. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Moments over the years, some ranked matchups, massive upsets, even a fight or two. It's a rivalry game that has defined both of these programs for generations. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Clemson Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Gamecocks will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Fielded in the end zone, it's Henry. Makes a move. This guy makes you hold your breath when he gets the football in his hands, and that last line of... team, the only thing that stopped him from housing it. So Clemson's offense will go to work first. Clemson just put a beat down on the Gamecocks the last time these two met.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. And Clemson's talent being far superior, dominated, cocky. They got to have an answer this time, Jesse. They were embarrassed a year ago.
South Carolina just has to start faster. You're not going to beat a team like Clemson with all of their athletes if you're sleepwalking out of the tunnel.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Nice completion, nice short gain. Now it sets up third down. And wait a minute, third down now becomes, we're going to go for it on fourth down anyway, so it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
Back to pass, it's St. Clair. Lofts one high and deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. Clemson will send the punt team out. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. The Gamecocks offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get a reception going again.
They make the stop, but man, this senior took one right in the mustache as he fired the completion. Makes the catch. It's Boston. And they pick up just a few on that completion. This rivalry dates back to 1896. It's been a little bizarre with the chicken curse, and it's a bit unusual, too, because the state school, South Carolina, isn't the perennial football power.
No, but it's kind of had its ebbs and flows, a little bit back and forth, some great coaches on both sides, but the in-state hate is beautiful.
You know, there's a lot of great rivalries, especially down in the South and the Deep South. This is one of the better ones, though, because you just never know what the outcome is going to be.
Wants to throw again. Fires on the move. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. The Gamecocks line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock him up close to their goal line. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play, the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll try to run for it. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. So now it's second and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Turning it on! He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. The game, originally held during the State Fair in Columbia as Big Thursday, was officially named the Palmetto Bowl in 2014. A trophy came a year later, replacing the old Hardee's Bowl trophy.
Very apropos. A silver palm tree for the Palmetto Bowl. That makes sense, David. This is the biggest sporting event in the state of South Carolina. I know this is a game that you and I have really enjoyed watching over the years.
I mean, so much fun, and the definition, Jesse, of hate all throughout the state, and bragging rights to whoever wins this football game and gets that trophy.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Wide open downfield. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
Gives it on the option. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7. That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. To the ground with the back. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
He'll run it again. This time the defense was ready and they stop him in his tracks. We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. To the air. It's Overton. Get it out on the screen. There he goes. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Going for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on MK if they can stop him on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pass rush, coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The Gamecocks send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. Really good job by the coverage. Make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. He'll try to do it himself. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. And the Tigers want to pick up the tempo.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, look at all defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's St. Clair. Unloads to the wideout. Snagged in the middle, it's Henry. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. 1st down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. play-action fake. Got out of trouble and throws. Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the first down. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
Looking for the corner on a jet sweep. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
So many offenses do this, right? They run the jet sweep. This defense was more than ready. They see it all the time. They got the penetration. That play had no chance to be successful.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll off one deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on third down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm. But you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point of the game.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way. They're making plays. They've got the playmakers to go and win this game, so it's just a matter of executing better, David.
Executing better, understanding I still got the lead. Put a drive together here and build on that lead.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Working that left side now. At the 40, there he goes. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. The running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. It's landed. Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
How many first downs is that alone, just on this drive? The defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out and continue to have to play more and more guys. They got to do something to change this.
And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
Well, the QB looked like he knew where he wanted to go with that football, but give the defense credit. They were able to swat that one away.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. He'll throw it. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Clemson looking to convert on 4th down. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on fourth down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away and doing it cleanly. No PI. And as a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Back to throw, it's Overton. Pulls it in, it's Little. They get him down at the 36, it will be a first down. And the Gamecocks want to crank the tempo. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Polk. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Little. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. Got to save every precious second, and the spike stops the clock. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking downfield very late in the half. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. Got to get everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock. The Gamecocks will send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. The give to the back. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. The quick out. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, the Palm Tree Trophy on the line, and already Clemson and South Carolina have given us some stirring moments. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that, let's send it back to the guys to see how the battle between South Carolina and Clemson plays out.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Clemson will kick this deep to get the second half underway. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Handoff to the lone back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your
Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. And the Gamecocks will line up to punt it away. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Pressure coming. Makes the catch. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Clemson is quick to the line.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Yeah, how about the running back showing you a little agility, baby? A little toe tapping on the sidelines. He looked like a wide receiver. Make sure he kept his feet in bounds, makes the catch, gets some positive yards.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. That is a big win. This defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, it's St. Clair. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down.
And the wide receivers have to understand what part of the field they're on. I got to make sure I have enough space when I run those out routes, and when I break, I can catch the football and try to get upfield, get a few more yards. He runs out of space, but he got the catch and got some positive.
And that ball is live in the backfield. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
That is a critical mistake. Offensively, you've got to understand. I'm up. It's the 4th quarter. I'm in scoring opportunity right now. One thing I can't do, Palmer,
Put the ball on the ground. But give the defense credit, too, because of the situation of the game. They understand we got to make a play. We've got to make something happen to change the momentum of this game and give ourselves an opportunity. And they're still out there fighting. They're able to come up with it deep in their own end. Let's see how their offense can respond.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The Gamecocks will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse, but
he'll take a shot. Touchdown, Clemson! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. The Tigers putting down a big paw print right now as they start to pull away from the Gamecocks.
man, I think you kind of get this here we go again feeling. Clemson had the upper hand in this series for a while now. Clemson always talked about, always loved. South Carolina's got to answer.
I feel like Clemson's been winning on the recruiting trail between these two teams in the last several years now, and I think that's really starting to show itself on the field today.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score. Turning it on! And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. And the Gamecocks, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Polk. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line. line of scrimmage.
How about that? The dying breed of the tackling cornerback. You don't see those anymore. Everybody wants to be great in coverage. Everybody wants to get picks. But how many corners really want to get their face in the fan and make tackles? Nice job by that play.
The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking for a man. It's Overton. That's caught. It's Boston. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Off play action. Grab behind the line. It's Galloway. They bring him down, but not. He's able to pick up the first down. The Gamecocks look to keep this drive humming. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Polk. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. And the Gamecocks can really attack on this second and short. Back to pass. Using the quick game. At the 20, he's got space. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. The big explosive play put him right on the edge, but you got to finish the deal. With the run on first and goal. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for attack.
Touchdown, Gamecocks! Fitted in the window for the score.
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. On third and short, the power run here. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
And that hurts on defense, giving up the first on the ground like that. We're in a one-possession game. You've got all 3 timeouts. I think you got to start burning them here to save some clock.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking for a crease to the left. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Defense doing their job getting that last stop, and now 3rd in California. Not a lot of play calls to convert this, so defensively, let's get off the field now. The clock's running. We need to give it back to our offense with as much time as possible.
Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. He lost one down the sideline. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Scanning the field, it's Overton. Grabbed behind the line, it's Polk. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle, it's Little. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Looking to throw for it. Got it in the middle, it's Polk. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down. The Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. Gonna look downfield again. The short hands, it's Little. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Back open in the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. The give to the left. Got enough for the 1st down. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. There we go. Got some room into the goal line. Touchdown, Tiger. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And that might be a dagger. They push the lead out, and they are now setting their sights on their 12th straight win.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a 2-possession game, and guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Overton. Quickly to the tight end. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got it in the middle, it's Galloway. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. Quickly out to the tight end. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Finds his man, it's Polk. Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. And that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Got him downfield. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left. From inside the 40 at the 37, it's first down. Caught over the middle. It's Boston. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. He spikes it. Clock stops as they try to rally late. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it for the late touchdown, but probably a little too late, barring just an epic finish.
And that sure feels like too little, too late. This offense, they needed to score and execute faster, but there's not enough time to me, man. This feels like this one's over.
76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And this will be incomplete as the game comes to a close. South Carolina